Your cash book says one number. The bank passbook says another. And month end is tomorrow. Sound familiar? Every accountant hits this wall. The cash book and the bank passbook show different closing balances, and your reconciliation statement is due. Here is exactly why they differ, and a clean step-by-step method to fix it. No panic required. First, understand why the difference exists at all. Your cash book is updated by you the moment a payment or receipt happens. The bank's passbook is updated by the bank on their timeline. A cheque you issued on the 28th of May not clear the bank until the 3rd of next month. So on the 30th, your book shows less cash than the bank does. Neither is wrong. They are just at different points in time. That timing gap is the entire reason reconciliation exists. Here are the 4 classic causes of any cash book versus passbook difference. Know these and you will never be confused again. Let me make this concrete. Say your cash book shows a closing balance of 42,000 Indian rupees. But the passbook shows 45,500 Indian rupees. That is a 3,500 Indian rupees gap. You issued a cheque for 3,500 Indian rupees to a supplier on the 29th, but the supplier hasn't deposited it yet. So your book already shows 3,500 Indian rupees less. The bank still shows the full amount because the cheque hasn't hit them. This is an unpresented cheque. The passbook is temporarily higher. That is it. One cheque, one explanation, 3,500 Indian rupees solved. Here is how the adjustment looks in the reconciliation statement for this specific case. Now flip it. What if the passbook is lower than your cash book? You deposited a 12,000 Indian rupees cheque from a customer on the 30th. You recorded it, cash book went up. But the bank hasn't credited it yet. Your book is ahead of the bank. This is an uncredited deposit, also called a deposit in transit. The cash book is temporarily higher. In the reconciliation, you deduct this from the cash book balance, or add it to the passbook balance, depending on which side you are reconciling from. The logic is always the same, find the timing gap and adjust for it. 2 sides, same logic. See how the adjustment mirrors perfectly whether you start from the cash book or the passbook. Here is the one people forget most. Bank charges. The bank quietly deducted 350 Indian rupees in service fees on the 28th. You had no idea until you opened the passbook. So your cash book still shows the higher balance, you never recorded those charges. Similarly, the bank may have credited 200 Indian rupees in interest directly. You haven't recorded that either. These are called bank-initiated entries. The bank acted first and told you later. Your job, find these in the passbook, record them in your cash book, and the gap disappears. No timing issue, just entries you missed. The key distinction here, and this trips up almost every junior accountant. Timing differences go into the reconciliation statement. Missing entries go into the cash book first. So, how do you actually prepare the bank reconciliation statement? Step 1, take the cash book closing balance as your starting point. Step 2, add back any unpresented cheques, payments you recorded, bank hasn't cleared yet. Step 3, deduct any uncredited deposits, receipts you recorded, bank hasn't processed yet. Step 4, add or deduct any bank-initiated entries you have now posted to the cash book. Step 5, the adjusted balance must match the passbook. If it does, you are done. If it doesn't, there is still a missing entry. Go find it. Here is what a clean bank reconciliation statement looks like laid out. This format works for exams and for real workplaces. Here is your one-line rule to carry into every reconciliation you ever do. Every difference is either a timing gap or a missing entry, and each gets a different treatment. Timing gaps go into the BRS. Missing entries go into the cash book first. Get that distinction clear and month-end reconciliation becomes a checklist, not a puzzle. Try this method on your next practice problem, or on your actual books this month. Apply it once with real numbers and it will never feel hard again. Next up, we go deeper into errors of omission and commission that hide inside reconciliation, the ones that can cause your BRS to look balanced but still be wrong. And for the full +1 and +2 commerce notes that go with this video, head over to acescommerce.com.